President Museveni was received at the closure of the Uganda-South Africa Business Summit by the Minister for Investment, Evelyn Anite, together with other ministers and the delegation from South Africa. The president then took a tour of the stall of several goods manufactured by both Ugandans and counterparts from South Africa, majority from the private sector. In his remarks, the president asked the Ministry of Investment and Uganda Investment Authority to ensure partnership with private sector, who he says work faster.
You need to take advantage of the private sector, because the private sector can do things more easily at their own cost. But you need to facilitate them and guide them.
President Museveni says these investors have all set to kick off business, giving an example of MTN, who came in Uganda at a time there were not many telephone users, but now boast of nearly 30 million users.
What we need is to guide the private sector, to tell them, maybe they don't know it very well, that in order to do even better business, help us. Don't use your own money. You bring us other contacts, because this was my issue with them. Bring me other investors. For you, you are in telephones. Bring me investors in value addition. Investors in mining.
The president had no kind words for Europeans and colonial masters, who he says have continued to exploit the African continent. Majority of these countries have come and packed raw materials from Africa at a cheaper cost, only to sell final products at huge profits. President Museveni says it's high time African countries geared efforts towards working together to ensure value addition from domestic countries.
We, the coffee growers, get $2.5 per kilo of good coffee. The one who roasts it outside gets $40. So the question is, who is aiding who? I have been asking that question. So Europe is aiding Africa. Really?
The two-day business summit has seen Uganda and South Africa strike deals on coffee, beef, fruits, vegetables, among others. Some of the private sector investors credited President Museveni for leveraging support towards the private sector, saying it is the way to go.
Now, I realize that the private sector can move things better than we would wish. I saw today less of government. I saw more private sector. And I think, like the president indicated, that if we have more private sector leading some of these discussions and conversations, then we'll have a better country.
We don't like bureaucracy. We want things done. You can see that at the same time, we had a conversation in 2 days and people are signing deals, putting orders to table. But with government, there is a lot too much bureaucracy, somebody looking through over and over, tossing you from one office to another. But
Uganda's ambassador to South Africa, Paul Amoru, says such engagements have made the trading relationship between the two countries stronger. The ambassador says there are reports of discussions between the government of Uganda and that of the Republic of South Africa to lift visa restrictions for investors from both countries.
We have made serious gains in the engagement around the visa waivers for ordinary passport holders. As we speak, we already have agreement on the official passports and diplomatic passports that do not require any visas to go into South Africa. So
the Presidential Advisory Committee on Exports and Industrial Development Chairperson Odrek Rwawogo says the government has set favorable conditions to enable investors settle in the country. He hopes that several sectors can be brought on board.
We can do that for timber, we can do that for minerals, we can do that for food products. That's the point. Good regulation, good business operating environment generates momentum for one company to invite another, and the sectors grow and the sectors employ people.
Uganda has established several industrial parks across the country where investors are given incentives like land, tax exemptions, among others. The hope is that these create jobs for Ugandans and increase the country's exports, leading to increased revenue. RAMSON Muhire, Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.